Yes. Welcome once again to another edition of Geek Culture Congress, the live show. I am one of your hosts, always Louis Speedy Jr. Gonzalez, accompanied by Mr. Rich Ortiz. How you doing, sir?
Everything is good, bro. Had a good weekend. Everything is How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. You know who else is feeling good? My good friend Joey Franchise. How you doing, sir?
Well.
This is the live show, ladies and gentlemen. Joey, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. What's going on, brother? How you feeling?
Not bad. I could be better with all this spring break traffic going on.
You're in that spring break traffic, baby. Welcome to Tampa. I know. You heard the new news, right? You hear what Miami Beach just did?
Mm-mm.
Oh, Miami Beach closed. Emergency curfew from Thursday at 6 p.m. I think till Monday at 3 a.m.
What?
Toque de queda. That's what do I call it? Curfew. Yeah. In Miami Beach, no spring break for nobody going in Miami. You going to Miami right now, ladies and gentlemen? You're watching the show. Turn around.
Miami Beach get that refund.
Closed.
I guarantee you, there's still gonna be people out there.
Yeah, there'll be people out there. I don't know, man. I don't know, but go home, bro. Come to Tampa. St. Pete's lit. St. Pete's lit. You know what else is lit? Moon Knight. I am hype. What's your hype level, guys, for Moon Knight, huh?
It's up there.
Not as hype as me?
Go ahead, Joey.
It's up there. I think, man, it's going to be intense. I think Oscar Isaac is going to body it. I mean, just seeing what I've seen as far as, like, some of the clips that have leaked and some of the trailers and seeing more of the Moon Doom, like, man, it looks like it's going to be wild. It's going to get real trippy. I think it's going to exist kind of like in that Eternals are. In Black Knight and all that, so I think we might get some hints towards a lot of events that happen, around that time. So, I think it looks great, man. I can't wait next week.
Oh man, my hype level is high, and my hype level is high. I'm even messing up the cable to my microphone right now. Rich, what's your hype level for Moon Knight?
I'm not hype at all, man.
No, you're not hype at all.
I mean, I'm hyped this
maybe
new
because
show.
maybe because I'm hyped because I just don't know nothing about this character. I do. I know a little bit. I know the basics.
I'm hyped. There's some new content, a new show, but like, I'm still trying to figure out what happened at the end of the Eternals when Homeboy was about to take out that sword. I'm still worried about what's happening in the whole world of Hawkeye with Kingpin. I'm still trying to wonder what's going on with Spider-Man. I don't want a new character. I still want to know what's going on with the old ones.
Come on, bro. You can multitask. You can multitask plots. You're a professional already.
It's not multitasking if nothing's coming out on the old ones.
Oh, man.
It's just like more. It's more. I feel like they're putting out more content and more stuff to like kind of confuse us with the whole variants and the whole timelines and all that. So it's like, we're going to give you a whole bunch of other stuff. Mass confusion, so we kind of forget about it. Kind of forget about what's happening in the story. Yeah. We've already kind of forgot about Vision and White Vision and where he's gone. We forgot about, Spider-Man.
We didn't, but we did. We're not on, we're not I
don't know, man.
We're not on the picket fence,
I'm going to say like 4 projects have come out since Vision disappeared. And I want to know where he's at.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Mr. Tarek Lewis, welcome to the show, sir. How you doing?
I'm not hopping right there. Since Vision became white, he got a corporate job somewhere at like Berkshire Hathaway or a big firm in New York, and he's moving up the corporate ladder.
Vision became white and found out that he's privileged.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he's chilling right now. It's like I don't really need to do this. He's trying to figure out life.
Yeah.
What's your hype level for Moon Knight, Tarek Lewis? I'm pretty hype right now. I'm kind of there for it.
I'm still at about a 6 or 7.
Yeah.
I get it's got great reviews from the
Yeah.
few people who watch it. But it's
You,
Moon Knight. Like I know
you know
nothing
what
about.
doesn't have great reviews? Your goddamn microphone, man.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
You on your
yes,
cell
sir.
phone? Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm on speaker. So let me log off and go back on the computer.
You might have to take
All
off
right.
that speaker, bro.
Yeah, bro. You got that ill stutter.
Put a headset on.
I'm really excited for Moon Knight. Like I said, I'm maybe because I'm just not like immersed in the lore. I like Moon Knight, but it wasn't like I was buying the comic books or something like that. You know what I mean? No, Moon Knight was okay. It was a cool supporting character. You know what I mean?
I will say it does make me want to go back and read some of
some?
those comics.
You
Yeah.
know, I
Because I mean,
did.
they kind of compare him to like a Batman, like almost like a
Yeah.
Batman with multiple personalities.
Right. I did cop that #1, that Moon Knight #1, his first issue of his first ongoing series. I was in a Comic-Con and they dropped the news about Moon Knight, right? That they were working on it. So I was like, oh, all right. So I was walking around the Comic-Con. Homeboy had the #1, Moon Knight #1 for $40 or $50, something like that.
Woo.
And I was like, boom, I bought it.
Speedy
So
got it like
Yeah,
that.
big spender
yeah.
over here.
Yeah, no,
How's it feel to be rich?
No, that comic book now is like going for like $200 to $400, $500 right now.
Woo!
Yeah, so
Make that
that's my.
flip.
I got I got. I'm in the comic book game instead of the crypto game. Okay. What else we got going on, man? I want Tarek to. Tarek is here. Okay, hold up. How about now, Tarek? Tarek Lewis.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear us? Tarek Lewis. Tarek Lewis going once. Tarek Lewis going twice.
I think he
know
went
how.
through a wormhole.
Yeah, it's probably another dimension right now. It's having a
He's
conversation.
talking to
with
he's talking to variant versions of us.
probably. By the day, like you said earlier, Tarek. I mean, not Tarek. Like you said earlier, Rich. Disney and Marvel are just throwing so much stuff at us. You know what I mean? And it's like it's starting to get a lot, man. You think we're getting a little burned, a little too much?
I mean, I don't think we'll ever get burned, but I think there's a method to the madness.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like, everything that all the storylines and Marvel's done really good at kind of making everything go together, and it's still going together. Don't get me wrong, but it's just kind of like, as I was saying before, Vision became white and then he disappeared. Then everything with Wanda disappeared, and we know that she's going to be in the multiverse of madness. I mean, and then you had Loki, the whole storyline with Loki, and then Kang the Conqueror,
it's a lot,
the one
it's a lot.
should be named. There's so much going on right now, and I feel like, for me, of course, I love the content and I love everything going on, and I love the new characters, but I'm still trying to figure out what happened with the old plots and storylines, and I feel like Moon Knight is just adding on to it, and I feel like they purposely did that. I feel like they kind of want us to forget about, all right, Loki is in a different world and he's in a different timeline.
Right.
Vision is nowhere to be found right now, so where are we going to find him? And I feel like they're doing it purposely to kind of bring it. I don't know if they're going to bring it all together at one point, but it's something to think about in the back of your head right now.
Yeah.
As far as what's going on.
What do you think, Joey? We're starting to get that Marvel burn. Too much things going on, or are you here for all of it?
I mean, I'm always down for new content. I think this phase has been pretty interesting. Just off the simple fact that there are these new characters coming around that a lot of us are familiar with. I wasn't really into Moon Knight comics, but yet I'm still hyped for the show. I'm just I think I'm anticipating more to see how this all is connected. And I think that's what all fans are trying to figure out is, well, how does this all make sense in what you've already built over the past few years, which started with Iron Man. So it's the world continues to get bigger. They're announcing a multiverse, and that might kind of throw people off a little bit too, because now we're just trying to figure out, well, what belongs in reality at this point, and how does what story you're trying to tell fit into what's already going on? And and I think that's what the what a lot of fans like myself and like what I think Richie's trying to explain is just like make it make sense. We know Marvel really don't miss, but we just want it all to kind of make sense into what you've already established,
Right.
and
Right.
especially with them taking it to another level with multiverse and variants and timelines and things like that. Like, where does this all fit in?
Yeah.
I think one thing with the entire Infinity, I guess we call it the Infinity Stone saga, or the Infinity Gauntlet saga. All of those movies, barring, I would probably have to say just Infinity War. All of those movies had their ending, like they had their
Right.
concrete ending as to what happened, and then you caught the cliffhanger in the end scene, the end credit scene. Every single project after the Infinity Gauntlet has been a cliffhanger. Every single one.
It's true. It's true.
So
Can't deny it.
it's kind of and it's all right because it gives you that that need to see what's going to happen next.
Right.
But I feel like every story has been a cliffhanger, and we never really got the conclusion to every story. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, especially with these with the new stuff they've been putting out, like
Yeah.
you're just trying to figure it all out, like, and all these cliffhangers are going to be new arcs for a lot of these characters and the existing or what's left of the Avengers and everybody.
Right.
So I mean, like, when you got the cliffhanger at the end of Eternals, like, all right, well, for the average person that was watching, I was like, well, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
what else
Sure.
was it? Then and even with both Eternals end credit scenes were like, yo, well, what the fuck is going on? You
Right.
know, and it's crazy because it's such a new thing with new characters that it might be a little distasteful, especially if you didn't introduce, like, the thing with Shang-Chi did really good is they tied that end credit scene to characters that we already know, so we know
Right.
what to expect either from the sequel or somewhere down the road within the MCU. Is that, all right, well, Captain Marvel, Hulk, Wong are all familiar with what are worried about what's going on and the opposing threat that could
Right.
possibly be in like a Shang-Chi 2 or maybe lead to an Avengers thing. So I think that's what Shang-Chi did right, what Eternals kind of did wrong outside of the Black Knight thing. I like the Black Knight idea because I think that was already going to be a thing in progress
Yeah, I believe so,
already,
too.
and then with the blade and everything like that.
Mhm.
But I think that's where, yeah. So that's what kind of lost people with. I feel like people felt lost with Eternals. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Along with the other stuff that happened in the movie.
Yeah, Oscar Isaac has been doing a press already for Moon Knight, and he's been saying some interesting things in different interviews. And he was talking about what actually brought him and Ethan Hawke to the show was that it didn't have crazy cameos to MCU, like it was his own story. You know what I mean? This Moon Knight thing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to that. Of course, we're gonna get our Easter eggs. You know what I mean? We've already seen. They've already shown some Easter eggs in some of the trailers, like Doctor Doom stuff and, the organization that takes care of the people.
GRC.
Yeah.
The GRC that was in Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
and Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, they help the people who were affected by the blip or something like that. As well as he's also been talking about the future. He's been kind of like playing around with the press, kind of. You know what I mean? And they asked him some questions about like who he would like to team up with, who you think Moon Knight would be ideally team up with, and after like a bunch of like hums, he came up with Hulk. Little things like little bit like too much talking. You know what I mean? I don't know.
But
that.
Is he doing that, strategically to be like, oh,
I don't know, because then he was also talking like, well, he was also in the same interview. He was like, oh, I would like to do. He even said that he would also like to do like a version of the Midnight Suns, which is, from the comic books, the Midnight Suns is a big supernatural team. They handle supernatural threats as Ghost Rider and Punisher, and a lot of things that there's a lot of characters haven't even been introduced yet to the MCU. So, the
Speculation.
the speculation is going crazy right now. That's what I was going for, yeah. So
Speculation, Holmes.
yeah, the speculation is crazy, man.
It's just crazy, man. Because now we got the Moon Knight.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Green Knight that's supposed to be coming out. We have
the Green Knight.
The Green Knight,
not the Green Knight, the Black Knight. My bad.
Black Knight.
Black Knight. The Black Knight.
It's all right.
Sorry.
Don't mix up your colors, okay?
But still, like, who's the voice at the end? At the end of.
It's Blade. We've already established
but
that.
They never.
He's already established that.
But
it's been established.
Yeah, he owned it. So the actor. So.
I mean, he owned it, but still, that's a cliffhanger that still has yet to be.
You think it's fake? You think it's fake news?
And not that it's fake news, but
it could have been a curveball.
It's not confirmed until the character's face is seen.
All right, fair enough. That's fair enough. I agree with that. What about you, Joy?
Yeah, I get what Rich is saying. I mean, you kind of want something more concrete. Like, yeah, Mahershala Ali has come out and said that, I'm Blade, and we get that. And the voice, okay, we can match it up to his, but do we really know it's him? Type thing. So it's like the average person is not going to know what we know, and we kind of want to be right there on the level with the average moviegoer, to the point where it's just like, all right, that's Blade. All right, cool.
But think of it, even if it is Blade. Even if it is, what the hell does he have to do with the Black Knight? Like, he wasn't even in the whole movie.
But I think
they're going to do their own thing.
In the
MCU, they do their own thing. So, what wouldn't have made sense in the comic books, they're going to make it make sense in the MCU.
Yeah, it's going to be very supernatural going forward, man. A lot of cosmic, a lot of supernatural stuff is what they're going for. I kind of see like the vibe of what Marvel and the MCU wants. And, Black Knight, I think it's all like a Midnight Sun setup. And I think that Black Knight will be
I agree.
Alongside be alongside Blade when the movie comes out.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's definitely what they're going for. I mean, if you think
because you heard in Eternals too that Camelot existed. So Camelot is in the MCU. So that means like Merlin existed, and I would assume that Merlin was like the sorcerer supreme, like the age of his era. Right. Things like that. There was somewhere where they mentioned, I think it was Loki, where it was in the show. So like they're alluding to a lot of these supernatural things going on in the MCU that we haven't even seen yet, and I think that's they're alluding to the post-credit scene with Blade and Black Knight.
You know what? I'm actually kind of scared for is this Morbius movie we got coming up on the horizon, ladies and gentlemen. Have anybody seen? I guess people have been putting out some reviews already, and it's not looking good, man. It's not looking good at all. Are we getting a catfish with this Morbius movie by Sony? Huh?
I feel like a lot of people have been anticipating this movie for about 3 years now, and it's got pushed back so much that probably the anticipation, maybe the overall execution didn't match the anticipation. With all this pushback, everybody was probably excited to begin with, and then now it's kind of just like
Are we getting catfish, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, are we gonna get a stinker? We're gonna get a Venom 2? Joey, tell me what you've been reading.
Bro, I feel like I predicted that this was gonna happen, and I already didn't like the idea.
I remember you saying something like that in the show. Yeah.
Yeah. I did not like the idea of Morbius having a standalone movie or any of Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery having their own thing. I think the only Rogues Gallery person that is allowed to have his standalone movie was the Joker, because he's just way too big to not create a story around. And it won a damn Academy Award because it's just the character is so rich, It's so the story's compelling. We saw it on film, like, dog, like, damn, like, this is crazy. But
Yeah.
I don't get that same vibe when I see any of these standalone Spider-Man villains. Like, they work well with Spider-Man in it. They don't work well without him in it. Venom, you have Tom Hardy. You can't miss. Like, you can't do no wrong. Even though I wasn't crazy about Venom 2 and I wasn't a big fan of it, like, but it just goes to show, like, but then they had to add Spider-Man in the mix. And it's like,
Right.
all right, finally they're gonna, put this in together. And then you just do that just to take him back. Like, and not leave him in the MCU after he did all the time traveling stuff. The multiversal crossover.
I'm worried now. Like, I was gonna go see it opening weekend, but I don't even know how I'm gonna do that now.
I'm still gonna see it just because it's just, they've already hyped it up, and I want to see where this falls and what timeline, and if Andrew Garfield's gonna pop up, or how does Vulture fit in this equation? Is that a variant, or is he in the MCU? So I'm just really, I was confused from the jump, and I just was not hyped for this movie at all, and not for nothing. And I feel like after he's won his Oscar, Jared Leto just don't got the juice, bro. I don't think Jared Leto, and I got respect for Jared Leto, man, but I want to see him do good, and he just doesn't have it, bro. Like, he doesn't have it to be in these movies. And I saw that Gucci movie he was in. I fell asleep, dog. I fell asleep.
Wow.
And my girlfriend tells me, he was terrible.
Oh wow.
So it's like Joker, this Gucci movie that's up for some Oscars and stuff like that. And then you got Morbius, and then you break on all these, dog.
I
got the juice.
I have Marvel's solution right now.
All right, go ahead. Give it to us, Joey.
Marvel's
Give it to us,
solution.
Rich.
You do Morbius, right? Get the whole story. Morbius beats the bad guy, whatever.
Okay.
And he's technically a vampire, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
At the end of Morbius, Mahershala Ali comes through as Blade and kills him. And then you start the Blade movie right there.
Start the Blade movie. Yep. Dead the story.
No
sequels.
But there ain't no sequel, nothing? Nah,
nothing.
That's not gonna work.
Nah, I don't want to. I wouldn't even. If this is trash, bro, I don't want to see another Morbius movie. I didn't even want to see this first one.
It's probably trash.
Didn't like the idea.
Venom 2 was kind of not good.
And I'm scared for Craven next. I'm scared for that.
Yeah, me too, man. What is Sony doing?
That's the thing.
I want to like Sony. Like, I want to like what they want to do.
Sony's getting the DC effect, man. I feel like Sony's trying to put things out so quickly, and I don't think they're really looking at the product that they're putting out. I think they're just putting things out for the sake of doing it.
How could they not take advantage of the pushback and maybe tweak the movie a little bit, some reshoots, some
I just think they're trying to take advantage of a situation that they have. Here's the thing: like, Marvel needed to team up with Marvel to make a good Spider-Man movie after, not having a successful Spider-Man 3 with Tobey and not having a successful or not, I wouldn't say successful, but a non-favored Spider-Man movie with the last Tobey movie and the last Andrew movie, and then they made it all come together with No Way Home. So okay, cool. Like, they needed to build the momentum again, and they feel like, oh, okay, and at one point they're almost like, oh, we got you for what we needed you for, and now we don't need you. And then thank God that they redid the deal. But, like, I think they're trying to take advantage of a situation and kind of reap the benefits of what they built with Disney, so that way they care about Spider-Man so much, maybe they'll care about his rogues gallery. So let's do a bunch of movies on these guys, because our plan after Amazing Spider-Man was to do a Sinister Six movie with just villains. I'm like, bro, that it doesn't work like that. It really doesn't. And to really find a story to build around villains, I mean, you saw what happened with Suicide Squad. It wasn't good the first time around.
Yeah, the first time was okay. The second time was
second time was better. Second time was definitely
it was better.
Second time was definitely better.
It was funny. I liked it.
It was way better. And here's the thing too, like, you gotta understand, like, I don't think Sony understands that people are not as highly invested into these villains as they think as they think they are. Like, I think what DC did right was with the Suicide Squad is, they didn't reboot the sequel. They just kind of didn't really mention too much and brought back a lot of characters that were from the original one and created a whole new story. And then with that story, it created a spinoff with a specific character that actually that stole the show, and created a series around him. Because I mean, granted, as big as John Cena is, like I don't think the average person would be highly invested into watching a Peacemaker standalone movie. So they did a series, and the series was on point, and I loved it. And I think Sony needs to team up with. I mean, use Disney Plus for this. Create a deal where you can, maybe create some investment and see where your how invested your fans base is with these villains by putting a series together, and then building that character arc, and then blending it into the movies.
Yeah, they got a lot of work to do, and I'm worried. I'm worried about this Morbius film, man. I really want it to do well. You know what I mean? I want them to.
Same.
I think the biggest thing
called it
to look at is what's the end game in it.
Yeah.
It's like you put this story together for Morbius. It's like, well, what for? You know what I mean? It's like Morbius doesn't hold a vital part in the MCU, really. So it's like, what's the whole point of making a story for himself? And it's kind of the same thing for Suicide Squad and Peacemaker. It's like, what's the whole point in doing a story with Peacemaker if at the end of the day Peacemaker is just a random, you don't even know if he's a villain or a superhero at this point. He's just a guy in limbo.
He's a guy.
Yeah. He's a guy in limbo.
He's just a guy.
So it's like, what's the end game? And that's what I'm thinking about Morbius. What is the end game of Morbius? Where is it going to go? What is his huge role, because they're making him one?
Right. Mr. Tarek Lewis, welcome back to the show, sir.
I wonder if you can hear me.
Oh, man, your microphone's
still crackling, bro.
Yeah, you're still crackling. You're in the cell phone still?
I'm leaving. My cell phone. My computer has completely frozen.
Is that Cricket Wireless?
It's because you got a duck as your picture.
It's all good, man. Next time we'll get you on next time, Tarek. Don't worry. I want to talk about this Miss Marvel trailer we got. We got the first look at Miss Marvel, huh? And I think this is not for me. I mean, it looks cool and everything, and I appreciate people who want to excited for this, but I don't think it's my jam. What do you think, guys?
Go ahead, Joey.
You want me to go?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm right there with you. Just as maybe like Rich isn't hyped for Moon Knight, I'm not really hyped for this. I think this is diet Spider-Man Homecoming.
I mean, it's cool. I like the Muslim thing.
It looks cool. I think it's for the kids. I think it's for the kids, and I think it's dope that Marvel is bringing in these these characters with different nationalities and kind of and showcasing that. I think that's amazing. But just as I was never a really huge fan of the character in the comics. I always thought the polymorph thing was kind of goofy. However, I do like how they flipped it. So as you see in the trailer, it's her bracelets.
Yeah. That
kind of create. It's like a Green Lantern kind of thing.
Yeah, they're doing like the quasar, the Naga bands or whatever. I think that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're doing like a fusion of the quasar character with her, as far as the MCU is concerned.
And I think this might tie in with the Moon Knight lore, sort of, and like kind of that Eternals Black Knight thing I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Because she is coming. Yeah, she's Middle Eastern. She's she finds these Naga bands, and like just like how Moon Knight, he's Mark Spector. He found he went to the tomb and then got, I don't know, possessed or came across the god Khonshu. So it's like, I think it's part of the same like kind of vibe as far as the whole supernatural kind of thing going on.
Right. What'd you say, Rich? Are you here for Ms. Marvel? I mean, it looks cool. I'll probably watch it.
I'm definitely gonna watch it,
guys. No matter what, we're all gonna watch it. I think we've already established that we're watching every single thing that comes out. Doesn't matter.
I'm probably gonna, if I'm busy, I'm probably gonna skip it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be like, I'm not gonna watch this probably every week, every Wednesday. You know
but again, it's just I'm going with the same beat that I was talking about before. I am more interested as to everything that has been happening, and I'm not excited for any new characters right now because I'm still trying to get the story from everything that has already happened. So the Miss Marvel thing, yeah, you know what, it'll be cool. I don't know much about this superhero, so it is going to be exciting to see like a new story that I don't know much about. But as far as the series and if I'm excited for it because of Miss Marvel, nah. I'm just excited because it's new content at this point.
Fair enough. I think I saw
nothing's beating my hype for the Multiverse of Madness right now.
Yeah,
exactly.
We're all here for that. I think we need to fast forward time and get
that hype is through the roof.
Yeah. I think I hit all the highlights of everything that's popping. As far as the content for the show, man. Do you guys have anything that I might be forgetting or anything you guys want to talk about?
They added old girl. Was it Cassie from Euphoria? They added was it Sydney Sweeney?
Yeah,
to Madam Web. I don't know if she's gonna be the bad guy.
I did see that or I heard something like that. So, are they still gonna do like? I guess they're gonna do the Dakota. What's her name? What's her last name? Forgot.
Johnson.
Yeah. They're still gonna do her, right?
Yeah.
But I guess they're gonna do like a younger and an older Madam Web, because that's the thing in the comic books.
Possibly. Yeah, they've yet to announce her character.
Because that Julia Carpenter character, she actually is Spider-Woman for a time, and she is in Secret Wars. She's the girl on the Spider-Woman with the I think that's her. I have to check my sources here, but I think that Spider-Woman is the one that was in the Secret Wars comic. So that'll be kind of cool if they go that route,
This is interesting. Bella Thorne wants to play Lady Deadpool for Deadpool 3.
Interesting. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So she. Just to finish up with Carpenter before we move on to the Deadpool 3 stuff. That character in Marvel was initially known as the second Spider-Woman, later as the second Arcani, and then as the second Madam Web. See. So that's an interesting. I think an interesting choice if they do the Julia Carpenter character, as far as the young version of Madam Web. But yeah, repeat that thing about Deadpool again, Troy, please.
Oh, Bella Thorne wants to play Lady Deadpool for Deadpool 3.
Oh yeah, you think they're gonna do that?
They're gonna do Deadpool 3, but I don't know about Bella Thorne.
Yeah, I think they'll have Hugh Jackman back before they do Lady Deadpool.
Yeah,
I don't know, maybe. Well, technically,
this is hope.
No, go ahead.
This is hopeful too. Angela Bassett, who plays T'Challa's mother, she says that the sequel for Black Panther will top the first one.
Oh, it's gonna make money, man. It's gonna be big because everybody's gonna want to see how they're gonna do this. How they're gonna honor Chadwick Boseman. How they're gonna honor the role. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna be there. Either to praise it or to burn it.
I got some news too. Christopher Lloyd is going to join season 3 of The Mandalorian.
Oh, man, do we even know
Christopher Lloyd?
Role?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. The Doc?
Yes, the Doc.
Wow.
Do we know what role he's gonna do, or is just a casting?
What's up?
Do we know what role he's gonna play, or is it?
Yeah, I don't know the role yet. It just says Christopher Lloyd coming to season 3 of The Mandalorian. That's all.
Okay, cool.
That's all I see. If we're continuing with news,
yeah, go ahead.
The other thing too is that they added Doctor Strange to Fortnite.
Yeah, I saw that. And Prowler.
Could that be something? Could Prowler be coming out?
That's interesting.
I don't know.
I don't know about that, but maybe.
No. And then my last thing about news: Benedict Wong, the guy that plays Wong, of course. He was asked about the recent phase of the MCU, and he said that they're entering, quote, Phase Wong.
Phase Wong.
Saying something about his new role in the MCU.
Oh.
I guess he's gonna be like he's gonna be the Agent Carter or the Agent Coulson for right now for all the movies. I think they already started that. You know.
Yeah, I saw you saw that with Shang-Chi.
Yeah, he was in Spider-Man. He was in Shang-Chi. I think that they're gonna keep running with that. The Wong thing.
Marissa Tomei, aka Aunt May, wants to return as Aunt May and hook up with the Ant-Man.
Okay. All right.
That's crazy. I didn't know Aunt May had a relationship with Ant-Man in the comics.
Really? Did they?
Yeah, that's what it says. Comicbook.com.
Interesting. I don't even know that. That's interesting. I guess that's it, man. I guess that's it for the show today, guys. Unless we're forgetting anything else super exciting. I'm gonna go actually.
I saw Batman again.
Oh yeah? And what was your second?
I tried to invite Rich.
Yeah.
He didn't respond back. He got me on red.
That's a lie.
Damn.
I answered Angel.
I'm not Angel though.
Yeah, but I answered him. So do I have to answer two people back?
He wanted to hear from you, bro. He's your bro too. Okay?
I figured he would relay the message.
He needs a bro response. All right.
I loved it the second time, and I feel like it didn't feel long, like a long ass movie at the end of the day. And I know people say that it dragged, and there were certain scenes that should be cut. It's like I don't know what scenes to cut.
Yeah, it'll be a difficult choice. I'm not saying that I would be up for the job. You know what I mean?
Like I feel like artistically, the way it looked, you know what I mean, the way like the vibe was, like I just don't know how you cut because I feel like they transition and as though it might not be in a fast pace, like they transition it so well, like you keep up with the story a lot better.
Okay, fair enough.
As is.
Yeah.
And it grossed $500 million.
It is. Keeps making money. Money.
I went to the theater, dog. Like it was almost sold out.
Wow.
This past Sunday.
Okay. Right.
I was trying to go to one theater, and then I thought. Luckily, we found there was no. It was me and like two of the homies, and there was no seats available. And then all of a sudden, they became available. So luckily, we got to see it.
It keeps making money. I'm actually gonna go. I gotta cut the show short today because I'm gonna go watch The Lost City.
Oh, that's the joint with Channing Tatum and Sandra Bullock.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
Let me know. I wanted to see that. It's a nice little rom-com. I gotta take my girl to see.
We're gonna watch the preview, then we're gonna do the review right here on Geek Culture Congress. So make sure you follow the audio version of the podcast so you can catch that review. And make sure you follow the podcast, guys. Geek Culture Congress, 3 words on Facebook. Put them together for Instagram. Joey Franchise, let them know how they can follow you. You got it already tagged up right there.
Yep, you see it right there.
Do it for the audio, guys.
At Joey Franchise, Twitter, Instagram, and on Twitch. And check me out, Wild 94.1 on the air, 7 to midnight, Monday through Friday.
All right. Rich Ortiz is also in the blue there for everyone watching the video. But for the people on the audio podcast, let them know how they can follow you, sir.
Richie_Ortiz, and I'll be fighting crime later on as Batman.
Yeah? All right. Of course, you can follow me on all my handles at DJ Speedy JR. And thank you so much for supporting the show. And we'll be back next week. Definitely. We'll talk a little more about Lost City and anything else that's going on in comic pop culture, all the stuff that we love, Star Wars, DC, and anything else we feel like talking about. There you go.
I'm glad to see Channing Tatum back in movies.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been a hiatus for that man.
I bet you what movie he won't be in. The Gambit.
Hey, you never know, man. Hopefully with the MCU X-Men stuff, he get another shot.
We'll see what happens.
Man. All right, guys. Y'all be safe, man. Have a great week, rest of your week. And thank you so much for hanging out with us here at Geek Culture Congress. Peace out.
Peace.